Hello and welcome to my walkthrough on how to install Mixamo animations into your MetaHumans using Unreal Engine 5. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up our Unreal Engine and we're going to make sure the third person template is installed into a project. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that I'm going to assume that you have a MetaHuman already imported into your project. I'm not going to go through the tutorial because there's plenty of walkthroughs online on how to do it. So once that's done, what you're going to do is you're going to go into your content browser and you're going to open up the MetaHumans folder, and then you're going to click the character that you want to edit or add the animations to, and then open up the folder. And then what we're going to do is we're going to open up the blueprint for it. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to click viewport, and then we're going to select the head model here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go on the right here, we're going to search up mesh. And we're going to remember the name of the mesh that So what we're going to do is we're under here where it says skeletal mesh, on the right here where it says Anna_face mesh, we're going to remember that name. What we're going to do is we're going to minimize the blueprint. We're going to go into our content browser. We're going to make sure we're in the content folder, and we're going to search up face mesh. What we're going to do now is we're going to right click on the face mesh, and then we're going to go asset actions, export. And we're going to export it into a folder. And what we're going to do is we're going to make sure level of details and collision is unselected and it's FBX 2013. I'll scroll down to show you the settings that I have. Okay, that should be good. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to click export, and it should be exported. All right. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into our blueprint folder again, blueprint file, and we're going to select the body, and we're going to export it, and we're going to select the boots, and then we're going to export it. I'll be right back when that's all done. Okay, when that's done, what we're going to do is we're going to open up Blender, or you can use a 3D program of your choice. I'm using Blender because it's a little bit easier, but you can use anything you like, just not Milkshape. Don't use Milkshape. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to click General for Blender, and we're going to delete the camera, and the light, and the cube. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go File, Import, FBX, and we're going to scroll to our folder that we have the file exported into, and we're going to click the face mesh. When that's imported, what we're going to do is on the right here where it says Anna_face mesh, we're going to select the down arrow, and we're going to select the root file. Then we're going to press F, and that should scroll into the mesh, like so. What we're going to do now is we're going to select the mesh, not the bones. We're going to go into object properties on the right here, the little wrench, and on the top right where this arrow is next to the camera, what we're going to do is we're going to select it, and then we're going to click apply. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to select the bone. Should select all the bones, and then what we're going to do is we're going to click delete, and the face mesh will disappear. Don't worry about that. I'll show you where it is. On the right here, where it says Anna face mesh 01, select it and press F. And you should have the face mesh here. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to do that for the other 3 body parts. So I'll be right back when that's all done. Okay, when that's done, what you should have is the face mesh, the body mesh, and the boots in your viewport. Okay, when that's done, what we're going to do is we're going to select all 3 body parts. We're going to go File, Export, FBX. In this case, I'm going to name it Rig Me, and I'm going to make sure selected objects are selected in the checkbox on the right here. And then when that's exported, what we're going to do is we're going to open up Mixamo. And you should be logged in, and you should see an upload character button here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to upload the RigMe file and let it process. I'll be right back. All right, when that's processed, you should see a mesh that's facing forward. If not, you can always click the arrows here and it'll spin the mesh around. Okay, when that's done, we're going to click next. And we're going to add the chin, the wrists, the elbows, and the knees, and the groin to this model. So we're just going to click and drag it and bring it up to the chin here. Left click and drag to bring it up to the wrists, elbows, knees, and groin. When that's done, we're going to click, make sure 65 bones is selected in the middle here, bottom middle. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click next. And we're going to let that rig. So I'll be right back. Okay, when that's done, everything should be rigged and you should have a model ready for animation. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to click next and next. And then what we're going to do is we're going to search for the T-pose in Mixamo. In this case, it's the scarecrow, so we're going to click that. And then we're going to click download. Then make sure it's FBX with the skin at 30 frames per second with no keyframe reduction. Now click download. Okay, so when you've opened up the T-pose into Blender, what you want to do is you want to select the head file. Make sure you have 3 materials assigned to it: the eyelashes, the face, and the eyes. And I'll show you what that looks like. So when you go into edit mode and you select the eyelashes should be selected. When you select the face should be selected, and when you select the eyes should be selected. Okay, when that's done, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the body has a material assigned, and so as well as the boots. When that's done, what we're going to do is we're going to export it and import it into Unreal Engine, like so, like that. Okay, when that's done, what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our BP underscore third person character, and we're going to open that up, and we're going to select viewport, we're going to select mesh, and then we're going to select where it says skeletal mesh, we're going to select the T-pose skeleton that we imported. And you should scale it down and rotate it so that it fits this sphere capsule collider here. Okay, when that's done, what we're going to do is we're going to select mesh, and then we're going to make sure the face is selected here in the materials. We're going to click head. We're going to go synthesize head baked. And we're going to apply the materials for everything, the entire model. So in this case, the eyelashes are going to be eyelashes lowest, LOD, and then the body is going to be eyes refractive. And then the body synthesized is going to be body, and the boots are going to be boots. When that's done, what we're going to do is we're going to apply the hair now. So what we're going to do now is we're going to click BP underscore third person character on the left here. We're going to click add. We're going to click groom. We're going to search for groom. And we're going to name it hair. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to select groom asset. We're going to click hair, and the hair should appear. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to simulation, and where it says override simulation, we're going to click yes to override simulation, and make sure it's all of these settings. When that's done, what we're going to do is we're going to select the groom asset on the left here, and we're going to move it over top of the mesh component, and that'll parent it. Next thing we want to do is where it says sockets up here, we're going to select head. And that'll snap it into place like that. Next thing we want to do is we want to rotate it, scale it, and transform it so it's over top of the head here. So I'll be right back to do that. Alright, so once you're done scaling, transforming, and rotating the hair over top of the head, what you want to do is you want to add a groom for the eyebrows. You want to add a groom for the eyelashes. It's the same process, so I won't be going through it in this video. So now what's left to do is we're just going to add some animations to this model. So what we're going to do is we're going to compile, save it, and then close down the blueprint. We're going to go over to our Mixamo, and we're going to download the sprint animation. And what we're going to do is we're going to go without skin, and we're going to download it. FBX, of course. When that's done, what we're going to do is we're going to open up Downloads folder and just click and drag it into Unreal here. And then for the skeleton, what we want to do is we want to click it, click T-pose, click Import. Okay, when that's done, what we're going to do is we're going to right-click Animation, Animation Blueprint. We're going to select T-pose Skeleton, and we're going to call it anim BP underscore BP. What we're going to do now is we're going to click open it up. We're going to just hook up the run forward animation to the output pose, just for testing purposes. And we're going to compile and save it. When that's done, what we're going to do is we're going to open up the BP underscore third person character. We're going to go to viewport. We're going to click mesh. And then we're going to go over to the animation here and use animation blueprint and search for anim BP here, anim underscore PP. That's hard to say out loud, but anyhow, it's here. Just select it, and you should have Anna just running. And that's how you compile for. That's how you add animations to Unreal Engine using Mixamo and MetaHumans. If you want to test it out, go ahead and just test it out. As you can see, you got a character that can run around and jump. But as you see, the animations are working just fine. I hope this was useful. Thank you for watching. Bye.